Welcome to the Silver and Fit Explore tutorial. My name is Penny. This class was designed for older adults like you who are just getting started or are returning to an exercise routine. It is also an excellent class if you're looking for exercises that you can do while seated in a chair. In this tutorial, I'm going to teach you all about the basics of the class so that you are confident, safe, and set up for success. Each Silver and Fit Explore class will start with gentle movements that will warm up your body and prepare you for the exercises. Next, you will alternate cardiovascular exercises like marching with strength training exercises using weights or tubing. These exercises are going to help you get stronger and have more energy to take on your daily activities like carrying grocery bags, getting in and out of your car, and playing with your grandkids. All of the exercises focus on stability and balance, which can help you prevent falls. At the end of your workout, you'll go through relaxing stretches that will leave you feeling wonderful and ready to come back and work out with us again. I would like you to watch this tutorial 2 times. The first time, just watch. This will allow you to observe and listen closely to all of the instruction. The second time, join in as the movements are demonstrated. Before we start, I would like to introduce you to my student Sally. Sally is a grandmother of 3 and loves fitness. She plays tennis, goes for walks, and she takes Silver and Fit Explore. Sally, I'm going to set you up in front of the chair. Just stand tall, and we're going to start by going over class basics. Does that sound good?
Great.
Good. A common question that's asked is, what should I wear for a Silver and Fit Explore class? We recommend wearing comfortable clothing that's loose, unrestricted, and you can freely move in. Sally is an excellent example of what to wear. You can see she can move her arms, and her legs, and her hips. Nice. You'll also notice that Sally has athletic shoes on. Wearing shoes designed for fitness is so important. You'll see her shoes are closed-toed. They provide cushion and the support needed to protect her feet. I want you to wear a cross trainer or a walking shoe that's designed for fitness, just like Sally. Sally also, when she comes to class, a lot of times she'll bring a light sweater or a light jacket that she can take on and off as she heats up. So today she's ready, she's already heated up, so she took her jacket off. But as you move, your body will create heat, and we want you to feel comfortable. So you can dress in layers. Wear a long shirt when you get heated up, take it off. As you cool down, put it back on. Which leads us into another common question: how should you feel when you're taking class? At all times, you should feel confident, in control, be able to comfortably breathe. So, wearing the right clothing, the shoes, a light jacket is all part of being successful in the Silver and Fit Explore class. Signs that you should discontinue working out. This is super important. So signs that you should stop and take a rest include if you have chest pain, if you have any difficulty breathing, if you feel pain in a joint like your shoulders, your hips, your knees, or if you feel pain in your muscles. So if you do a movement like a bicep curl, Sally, go ahead, show them your bicep curl. Looking good. So if you do a movement and it doesn't feel good, there's pain, don't do it. If you feel dizzy, definitely stop working out. It's always recommended to get cleared by your physician before beginning any fitness program. It's always okay to rest whenever you need to during class. So if you're feeling tired and you just want to take a break, that is okay. You can have a seat, just rest a little bit, and then join us when you're ready to come back. It's super important to drink water throughout the entire workout. Minimally, you should drink water 2 to 3 times for each class. Bring a water bottle or know exactly where a water source is where you're working out. Silver and Fit Explorer has 2 options for all of the exercises. So whether you're doing cardio, strength training, flexibility, or balancing, we offer seated and standing options. When Sally first started taking class, she did the seated options. If you're brand new to fitness, I recommend that you try the seated options first. We're gonna take time right now to review all the guidelines seated in a chair. Sally, I'm gonna have you have a seat. So you'll notice the equipment needed for class includes a sturdy, non-rolling chair. You'll see it has no arms. And then if you look underneath Sally's chair, she has equipment stored. So in each class, you'll either need a resistance tube or a set of dumbbells. And then you remember what I told you about drinking water? Think of your water bottle as part of your equipment. So a water bottle is also tucked completely underneath the chair. One thing that is so important is after you set your station up, your equipment up, is to check the area all around the floor of where you'll be working out. You want to make sure it's free from anything you could possibly trip on. Tripping hazards include things like the band, the dumbbells, your water bottle, maybe your purse, gym bag. So you set your equipment out, and then the next step is you look all around and make sure nothing is on the floor. So now you have your equipment out and you're almost ready to start class. But I want to review proper form. This is so incredibly important because we want you to stay safe while working out. The better your form is, the better your movement's going to be. You're gonna be at a lower chance of getting hurt. Your posture is you're gonna be sitting nice and tall, having good posture, which allows you to breathe a little deeper. It also helps you lengthen your spine, so then it protects the spine with a nice long spine. So we're gonna check Sally out and just look at her position. So starting at Sally's feet, her toes are directly ahead, which is beautiful. But I'm gonna have you, Sally, just take your feet about hip width apart. Good, so you see her toes are straight ahead and about hip width apart. So I'm gonna have you bring your feet a little closer together. Now you'll see that Sally's knees are in line with her toes. And Sally, I'm gonna have you scoot your toe just a little bit towards my hand. Oh, nope, back over this way, back in here. And sometimes, it's just where do I put my body? So your feet are lined up. I want you to think you are on railroad tracks, okay? So feet straight ahead, and then knees go with your toes. So your knees always stay in line with your toes. And you'll see her knees just have a little space in between them. Now you'll notice Sally's sitting up nice and tall, her chest is lifted, and we just talked about that length in the spine. So you're gonna see all that wonderful length in her spine. I'm gonna have you bring your hands to your sides. Okay, and you'll notice too that her chin is tucked back, so her ear and her shoulder are in a straight line. When Sally first came to class, do you mind showing them? I know you look so beautiful right now, but just as an example, we're gonna show you. Go ahead and just relax. This is how Sally first sat the first time she came to my class. And like many people, she didn't understand the proper form. So if she were to stay this way and exercise, you can see that her spine is rounded, her shoulders in. She could possibly get hurt, and we do not want that. I also want you to look at Sally, sit up tall, Where does Sally look better? Sally, I think you look incredible right here. So not only does good posture and alignment, it's good for your spine, good for your health, it also makes you look better. So Sally looks nice and confident and proud right here. So Sally has her nice long spine, everything's lined up, and this is the position that she will do all of her exercises in. Now Sally, another important thing is how to get your weights. So Sally's gonna demonstrate, I'm gonna walk you through. So Sally's gonna step her leg out. Now what's super important is she is supporting her body by having her hands on her thighs. So with that long spine, she's gonna hip hinge forward, and she's gonna pick up one dumbbell at a time. You'll notice she's keeping that support right here with this hand. And then she's gonna walk herself back front, sit up nice and tall, and she's ready for her strength training exercises. So we're gonna try a few. If it's your first time, watch us. If you've watched this tutorial, join in with us. So Sally, bring your dumbbells down, and I might have you remember railroad tracks? Beautiful. So she's nice and tall, and we're gonna just try an exercise that's gonna work your chest and your shoulders. So take your dumbbells forward. You have a little bend in your elbow. It's very important, you're gonna see. She's keeping her elbow, her joints soft. Super important. Another thing that Sally is doing that's incredible, she has a nice straight wrist. She's also holding those dumbbells, maybe getting a little tired. You can relax down. You're doing a great demonstration. I hope you appreciate Sally as much as I do. You are wonderful. But her palms are forward. She's holding her dumbbells, but she's not over clenching, over gripping. What that can do, it can actually causes pressure, and it can raise your blood pressure. We don't want that. So hold on confidently, but don't over grip. Now, let's try that exercise. So the palms are forward, elbows are soft, and you're gonna take your hands up so your pinkies come together, and then lower down into your sides. Continue on. Good, and I'm gonna have you bring your arms just a little bit lower, so bring them right out to my hands, and then back down. Now when you come up, bring your pinkies together. I have a question for you. Are you breathing? Oh no, we don't wanna do that, lower it down, keep going. So important to keep fluid breath as you're lifting these weights, because that's so common. You're focusing, you're concentrating, and you're holding on. You're like, what am I doing? And then you hold your breath. Think of that. It's pressure. And you know what that can do? It can also raise your blood pressure. So keep nice, fluid breath. Are you getting tired? You're doing good. Okay, try a few more. So keeping fluid breath. It's okay if you want to count out loud. So Sally, count. Good, she said 1, 2, one more. And take a rest. Because if you count out loud, you know what? You're breathing. Did you breathe? Okay, so at home, feel free to watch us and to count. That was wonderful. Now take your dumbbells to your thighs and show them how you put your dumbbells down safely. You can see she's hinging, she has support, and she comes back front. Sally, you rock. So we're gonna show you how to do one more strength exercise, because we have 2 pieces of equipment we use. We can either use the dumbbell or the tube. So Sally's gonna actually pick up the tube. Oh, a good example. Come up. So no matter if you're picking up the tube or the dumbbells, we want to use that posture, right? So I know that the band is light, but we still want to use proper lifting. There you go. Good. So the first thing that Sally's going to do, and what I want you to do, feet apart. Good. Anytime you use the tube, check it. So look at the handles. Are there any fraying? Check the tube out. Are there any holes? Does your band look good? Beautiful. So Sally's band looks good. One tendency, and I don't want you to do this, so I'm going to show them because I'm not going to really do it because it's not good for you, is when you use the band, sometimes you might want to take it and wrap it around your wrist. And that's dangerous. It can cut off blood flow and you can get hurt. So don't do that. What we do is we hold the handle, and then Sally's going to make a loop and put the desired resistance in the palm of her hand. Good. So you can see with the tube, right here, you see how it's straight and there's a little tension? Now bring your hands closer together, even closer. Oh, and don't grip it. Yeah. Now bring them closer together. Now, see right here? It's all loosey-goosey. We don't want the band loosey-goosey. We want to open up so we've got some tension, and that's where you start. So we're going to try an exercise. Bring your hands down. Good. Now lift up to your chest. I want you to pull with long arms your band to your chest. Bring it back in and lower to your thighs. Do that a few times. Good. So you can see at the top, we still have a little loosey-goosey going on. Yeah, so keep that tension and relax those elbows. There we go. And come back down. The tubing comes in different colors. And what those colors mean, it's the thickness of the band. The thicker the band, the more resistance it's going to provide. So with Sally, there's another trick to using the band though. Right now, lift it up, show them. If she wants to make this harder, all she has to do is take a little more of the band in her palms. Okay, and let's try that exercise again. Start down, and then bring it up, pull back. Oh, is that harder? So much harder. Good, do a few more. So that is the beauty of the band. There's a lot of resistance, and you can play with it so that you have the right resistance for you. In Silver and Fit Explorer, we're doing approximately 10 repetitions. So what we want is for you to feel fatigued by the last two. So number 9 and number 10, we want you to feel tired. And what we mean by feeling tired is we want you to feel your muscles work. So on that last exercise, Sally, did you feel it in the back of your shoulders and in between your shoulder blades? And that, by the way, is an excellent exercise for your posture to keep you up and tall versus right here. Where do I look better? I know, I have to remind myself too, all the time, especially when you sit a lot. You know, when you sit, we talk about that in class, right? Oh, my students come in, we're all like this, and I say chest up, and then they go boom, and wow, we all look amazing. Good, so that was a great job. So show me how you put your band away. I didn't even have to say anything. Nice effort, nice job. Good. That's it for strength training. Let's focus on the other exercises that we do in Silver and Fit Explorer that are cardiovascular, meaning they're going to increase your breath, increase your heart rate. You're going to be moving from head to toe, your entire body. You ready to try some cardio out? Okay, good. So an example of cardio is, let's go ahead, let's position toes ahead. You can always hold the sides of your chairs like that and sit up. And I'm just going to have you pick up your legs in a march. For cardio, if it's your first time, start with just the feet first. And then when you get comfortable, you can take your hands up and go ahead and pump those arms up. Like you're hiking up a mountain. Good. Now one thing, and Sally, you made me remember this from the last class. I'm going to have you just lift those feet up just a little bit. Because when you lift too high, what happens is your hips come out of balance. Remember that? Yes. Oh, there's just so much to know. So march it out. So we're just going to march in the chair. So it's just a little march. So her feet are just coming up about 2 inches. And she's able to keep her chest lifted. How does this feel? Good. It should feel wonderful to move. And it's okay when you're doing cardio to have fun. So Sally, you can relax those shoulders, take a hike. If you like to dance, you could dance a little bit. Beautiful. Now steady in. Good. Another common exercise that you'll see in cardio is called a side step. So Sally, I'm gonna have you put your hands on your hips this time. Good. And this is good. So if you're feeling like your hips are off, put your hands on your hips, and then that will help steady this midsection. Now, what we're gonna do is a side step. So we're just gonna step one foot out, step together, step the other foot out, and step together. Continue doing that. So you're gonna see her toes and her knees are straight ahead. And then can you put your heels down? There we go. One thing too that I want you to notice about Sally is her entire tush is on this chair. Very important. If you're too far forward, it's not going to feel good. So you see she's very stable. She's got that backside on the chair. Good. Now relax, settle in. So those are some guidelines for seated. Now Sally stayed in the chair the first few months that she took class. And then she decided that she was feeling good and she was ready to progress and get up out of the chair. So we're gonna look at a few things out of the chair. So Sally, I'm gonna have you stand up. Good, and just stand tall. So the setup for your equipment is a little different if you're standing. I'm gonna get your weights for you. So you can see if I had to crawl under this chair and get my tubes and my weights, it's kind of a big bend down. So if you're standing, dumbbells are on the chair. Your tube can go right between this hole in the back of the chair, and it can drape down. With the tube, make sure that it's even, it's not hanging on the floor. Tripping hazards, right here. I'm doing cardio. I don't want to take a fall, and I know you don't also. So the tubing's on the back. Let's take a look at Sally, standing. So come up just a little bit, join me up here. You know I'm not scary, right? Good. And all of your instructors for Silver and Fit and Explore are friendly, and we are so excited for you to come and work out with us. We'll have a big smile for you, and we hope that you are smiling big also, like Sally and I. So we're going to take a look at the proper position in standing. So we're going to start at Sally's feet. So remember those railroad tracks? Right, toes straight ahead. Now a little bend in your knees. Good, hands by your side. Chest up, you can come up a little higher. There we go, just softness in the knees, good. One additional thing with posture is engaging your abdominals. So right by that belly, if you want to put your hand right there. A lot of times we say engage your abdominals, but what the heck does that mean? Pretend like you're blowing out of a straw forcefully. Let's do that one more time. So take a big breath in, think you have a pretend straw, blow forcefully. Do you feel that sensation? Okay, do you feel it right here down low? That sensation is what we want you to feel. And that's what we mean when we say engage your abdominals. It's a tension. Like when you did the strength training exercise, you feel the muscle. We want you to feel that right here because it's gonna help support and protect your low back, as well as keep you lifted with good posture. So anytime Sally's standing, she's going to be with her hands by her sides. You can relax now. She's gonna be in this position. I'm gonna show you one more trick for easy posture. Sally, turn your hands back. Just let those shoulders relax. In class, we talk about this. I want you to think of a gorilla. I probably look like one right now too with my hands back. So another really easy trick for good posture is lift the chest, take your thumbs forward. Good, so your thumbs actually are gonna stand straight forward. Actually right there, so palms are right by the sides of your body, good. Shoulders relaxed. So if you lift your chest, take your thumbs forward, it's gonna take you just to a nice lengthened spine. And again, notice Sally's ear and her shoulder are nice and lined up, so her chin is tucked back. You look wonderful. Now, we need to go over how to pick the dumbbells up safely from a standing position. You learn this in the seated position. So Sally, turn your entire body towards the chair, bend your knees, pick up your weights, turn to the front, pause. Now I'm going to have you put those weights back down on your chair. How do you do that? She turned her body, she's going to bend her knees, and then put her weights down with a nice long spine and taking her time to come back up. Turn back front. This is an exercise all in itself. Proper lifting. You've got to bend the legs, engage those abdominals. Remember, blow out of the straw, pick things up, and then place them down. Do that one more time for me. Nice and slow. Okay. And then coming back to the front. We have two ways you can stand in Silver and Fit Explore. Feet on railroad tracks, little bend in the knees, or you may feel more stable with 1 foot forward and 1 foot back. For all of the exercises, I want you to pick where you can, let's do that bicep curl again a few times, where you can move the weight, but also where you can keep your torso still. So if right now, if I were doing a bicep curl and I were moving back right here, that could hurt my back. So I don't want you to hurt your back. So I want you to stay still and strong. Let's do one more. So the only thing that's moving is from her elbow. She's working those guns, her biceps. Are you breathing? Wonderful. Come around and lower those weights down. Bending the knees. Good. And we're going to turn back to the front. If you're standing for cardio, hold on to the chair. Okay. She can do her march right here with light chair support, or she could take her hand away from the chair and just march. Good. Settle in. We call this reset. So we bring it back and we settle in. Hold your chair. And now we're going to try that same movement we did in the chair, that side step. We just step together. Beautiful. And she could take her hands away. Just move your arms naturally. This is where you can dance, have fun, rock it out. Come to an easy march. Remember reset? We settle in and we calm everything before we change exercises. Standing, we also want to review just a few things about that tube. So going back to the strength, grab your exercise tube. Good. Remember, we want to avoid wrapping it around the wrist. We also want to make sure if you put the band underneath your shoe, that it's placed entirely under your shoe. So Sally, I'm going to have you take the band, put it all the way underneath your foot. Good, and then come up to that firm, good posture, chest up, elbows by your side, and do a few bicep curls. Good, I'm going to have you leave your elbows right here. Now go ahead and curl up. There we go. Engage those abdominals, blow out of that straw. Good, now you're going to see the band is all the way underneath the middle of her shoe. If the band was on the toes, underneath her toes, it could snap up, it can hurt you, and it can really surprise you. So we don't want surprises like that. Keep the band all the way underneath your foot. Do one more. And release. Good. So we're going to bring things down. I'm going to have you sit. Keep your band. Come to the chair. So remember, what did we just learn? Keeping the band under the feet. Let's try it in the chair. Put it underneath both feet when you're seated. So we're going to try that just in the chair. Yeah, so take the band. Oh, actually, I'm going to have you put it under your feet. We're almost ready to put it away. There we go. Perfect. Now take your feet a little bit apart. And you know what? When you're doing class the first time, You may just do a couple exercises and be like, what are they doing? Because it's a learning curve. Anytime you try something new, you just gotta jump in, go slow, try a few out, watch us, and then join us. So there's nothing to be sorry about. We're all always learning, right? Good. So when it's underneath, you can see it's entirely under her feet in the middle of her shoes. Bring your elbows in. Good. Chest up, and let's just do a few bicep curls from there. Good. And then come to where you have tension. We need to get you a heavier band. This one's loosey-goosey, isn't it? So this is an indicator that you would need a heavier band. You can also widen your feet a little bit, and then that way you have less band. There we go. Actually, slow down, and then widen your feet out. So step, there we go, right there. Now do it. Do you have more tension? Yes. Beautiful. Let's do one more. Bonus. I love it. I love the bonus. Go ahead and take your feet off. Okay, now I'm gonna have you place your band underneath your chair. All the way under. And just have a seat. You did a lot of wonderful demonstrating. Watch this tutorial as many times as you need to. Join Sally as she demonstrates the exercises. We are so excited for you to join us in Silver and Fit Explore. We often get asked, should I take class every day? We recommend taking class 2 to 3 times a week with 1 day of rest in between your exercise sessions. You're going to do a lot of great muscle work, and your muscles need time to recover. So an example of a good schedule for you might be taking class Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, or Tuesday and Thursday. We are so excited for you to get your body moving and heart pumping with Silver and Fit Explore. Each time you take a class, you will be taking care of yourself, getting fitter and stronger. Imagine yourself with increased confidence to try new things, or maybe even try an activity that you haven't done in a while, like dancing. Dance? Oh. We like to dance. Or going on social outings with friends. It's been said that the hardest part of getting fit is getting started and showing up. Give yourself a big pat on the back. You just got started. Now, I want you to show up, exercise with us, smile, and prove that fitness is timeless.